welcome back as we get ready for the second session here this evening. And look, this afternoon was an unbelievable session of darts. Can tonight live up to what we saw? That is the question. But time will tell. We are getting ready for more drama. So let's get things where they should be. That one there. Damon Heta against Sedlacek first. So we are ready to go. Dan Dawson deep in the crowd in Graz. But look, it's got a lot to live up to. This afternoon was sensational. So, what are we saying, everyone? Tonight's session, Heta against Sedlacek. That should be superb. Peter Wright against Luke Woodhouse. Woodhouse will have to be better than he was yesterday to beat Peter Wright. Johnny Clayton, the #1 seed, has a tough assignment against Jermaine Wattimena. Clayton will have to be on it. Otherwise, Wattimena will take advantage. Nathan Aspinall against Kevin Doets. Doets, there it is. Again, okay yesterday from Doets. We'll probably have to raise the levels once more. Chris Dobey taking on Ricardo Pietreczko. Again, Dobey, if he plays well, you'd expect him to do well, but probably needs to up those levels. Stephen Bunting then takes on the Ginger Ninja Canadian Matt Campbell. Again, Campbell, we know the A game is there. Do we see it enough? Probably not. Then Shindiggity, Martin Schindler takes on the Scholar, Matty Dennant. Again, Matty Dennant was good in spells yesterday, but we'll have to up these levels to beat Schindler. And then to finish off the session, Dave Chisnall against Ian Diamond White. Look, we know Chizzy isn't in anywhere near the form that he expects from himself on these European Tour events, but has a chance to book his place in the final day of action as Mr. Brzezinski, our MC, is ready to get us underway. Not fluent in that, but someone in from Chile, always good. Sedlacek. Walking on. Again, busy evening of sporting action. We have the FA Cup semi-finals going on. We've got the darts, we've got the boxing. Busy times. But we will keep you up to date with everything as best as we can. How we doing? Fred, good to have you in, buddy. Again, one and all, welcome along. Here at Online Darts. Like I say, we are competing for a lot of airspace today, but it's what we do. We carry on, we march on through, regardless of whether there's football, boxing, or anything on. We will bring you all the darting action. Good evening, Julie. Hope you are very well this Saturday evening. Damon Heta getting on with his silly headwear. I mean, wonderful headwear. I like Damo. But he does need to bounce back. Not playing the best that we've seen him recently. But Damo is now on stage, getting ready. So, what are we saying, chat room? So, game one, hopefully we'll have a few bangers like we did this afternoon. The session was incredible. Dirk back to his very, very best. He was explosive against Jan van Veen. Van Veen did little to nothing wrong. It was the brilliance of Dirk. And then to cap the show, Wessel Nyman with a fabulous performance to beat the World Grand Prix champion Mike De Decker. So, plenty going on. Now, 8 fabulous matches to bring you. Damon Heta is now underway against Karel Sedlacek, or Sedlabox as we like to call him. Hope everyone's had a wonderful Saturday so far and a wonderful evening planned as well. We have you covered throughout, and Heta not firing on all cylinders of late. Has some work to do. We know he's been chopping and changing darts. We've seen little variations on the Pro Tour, the Euro Tour, and so on. Is it just catching up with him a little bit? Good afternoon, Haf from Pontyberem. How are we doing, Daniel? How is Pontyberem today? Home of the Ferret. The #1 seed for this tournament. And Sedlacek is threatening an early break of throw here. 104 for Heta. It's going to get a double 16 to hold and misses. So Sedlacek will return and breaks in leg 1. Sedlacek off and running. Very good, waiting for the Ferret. The Ferret from Pontyberem. So, Heta fighting back here though. Was broken, but it's threatening an instant break back. Yeah, we've seen Heta use that version of the dart recently. He's also used one with a bit of a tapered nose as well. Again, maybe, just maybe, players experimenting a little bit too much at the moment. And Heta a long, long way away from the ball. And Sedlacek has made an absolute mess of that. So Heta double 16. The target he missed in leg 1 is the one he hits in leg 2. Intriguing little contest, this one. Sedlacek has played well of late. Damon, not so much. We know the levels are there for the Aussie. That's a need-to-know basis, Dan, and you don't need to know at the moment. Brilliant. Ed Sheeran doing the ring cards. Oh, that's incredible. Again, are we going to have a little bit, Daniel? The way you message Jack is completely out of order in the things you call him. Again, Sedlacek messing the first dart on the setup. He did it on the 93 and he's done it there as well. So Heta leads 2-1. Again, Sedlacek has been in every leg, and it's just that set up, the crucial little ones. Are costing him at the moment. Damon Heta has taken full advantage. The heat leads 2-1. Just feel that this game has got plenty of twists and turns in it to go yet. Heta doesn't leave a finish, so Sedlacek has 6 at this 161. Doesn't need to go the eye-catchy route. Leaves 60. Heta, what pressure can he put on it? not enough. And Sedlacek does level this contest up to 2. Daniel, 1, yes, he showed us, and 2, you've sent the same kind of things to the online darts page as well, which we all see. It's not acceptable. Heta back in front with a tiny little 88 finish after Sedlacek left the bogey number. Again, this one just a little bit nip and tuck at the moment. Both decent enough on their own throw. Daniel, whether you agree with it or not doesn't matter. It doesn't give you the right to call him the names that you did. Aspinall not on yet. No, won't be too long. 8 fabulous games this evening as this one levels up at 3-all. Neither player, apart from the early stages, have made an indent yet. No drama, mate, no drama. What's the... Sedlacek is close enough. If Heta misses here, big moment. And Heta's only going to get one dart, and that dart is at double 16, and he misses. Can Sedlacek still? He can. Damon Heta is now chasing once more. How's your day? Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Look, I'm not going to lie. I've not left here. I stayed around here and just did a bit in between. Yeah, I wind him up about wrestling, but I don't call him every name under the sun. Heta breaks straight back. If anyone's got a good link for the boxing, let me know. I'm just trying to find one. What an evening! What time? That's already happened, mate. Dirk played incredibly, averaged nearly 109 to beat him. It was sensational. Yeah, you're fine, Daniel. Just don't be an idiot. Yeah, Noppy, look, he did get a bit lucky in spells, but the last leg decider was incredible. So that sometimes you make your own luck, but Germans are the worst in deciders. Look, I wouldn't say Springer played bad in the decider. I'd say it was more the brilliant leg of Noppert. Heta is one away from victory. This one's flowed one way, then the next. Can Sedlacek force a last leg decider? Not a fan of Cena being champ, if I'm being honest. Not for me, Fred. Not for me. Heta's going to get a match start here, and that match start is at tops. And Heta has missed. And Sedlacek has levelled. Now it's a shootout. But he starts with a max. That is sensational. From Heta under pressure. And the frustration. The stream has just caught up. The frustration when Heta missed the match start was there for all to see. But now he couldn't. Oh, he's gone 5 perfect. What a deciding leg from Damon Heta. Under pressure, the heat has risen. Oh my. Oh my. He shouldn't have been anywhere near the treble. Lucky enough, his scoring has gifted in the chart. This could get messy all of a sudden. And Damon Heta does get the job done despite a little bit of drama towards the end. The heat has beaten Sedlacek. Great performance from Damo. Evening, Paul. Am I expecting any surprises tonight? Look, Jermaine could cause an upset against Johnny. Johnny's going to have to play well. He didn't play well last Euro Tour. He's going to have to up those levels against Jermaine. Could I see Doets upsetting Aspinall? Yeah, it's possible. Again, Pietreczko could upset Dobey. I don't expect Matt Campbell to trouble Bunting. So potentially a few. To be fair, the Randy Orton promo was superb last night. I thoroughly enjoyed that. But Peter Wright has won the ball against Luke Woodhouse. Look, Woodhouse is going to have to play better than he did last night. It was a smelly game last night, wasn't it? To end proceedings, he's going to have to be better. Look, the Cullen 40 dart leg was brilliant. Don't get me wrong, it was shit, but it was brilliant because it was so shit. The fact they both just couldn't hit. Look, it's worse for Tricol because he's lost the leg. Yeah, shit around. Yeah, exactly. It was just funny. Right, pictures are back, so we get snaky. I suppose we should. What darts is Peter Wright going to use tonight? More to the point. Hair colour tonight. Oh, I'm going red. Here comes Woody. Woodhouse is on the way. Sometimes it happens that no matter what you do, it just doesn't go in And it was just one of those ones. But look, Cullen won the leg, so he can see the funny side of it. I say, Tricol, it's devastating because he's lost the leg. Oh, no, it looks like he's gone blue hair tonight. I thought he was going to go red because he was in Austria. My colour coding theory's gone out the window. Right, Snakey is on the stage. So we've done hair colour now. What darts is he going to use? That was a very half-hearted dart from Peter right there. He's like, oh, I better do it. So, Snakey against Woodhouse. Score predictions then, chat room. Everyone watching along. What are you saying? What are you thinking? I don't mind signing stuff on the walk-on, but passing it onto the stage during the practice starts, I'm not sure about that one. Yep, Fred, yep, Joe does all Peter's hair and so on. Right, here we go then. It looks like he's sticking with those blackout darts. Seen these the last few weeks from Peter, not changed. Interesting that Ross Smith said in his interview afterwards he'll be playing Peter. Interesting, because we're streaming, I obviously didn't hear the interview, Paul, but that's interesting. Evening, Bob. Hope you are good, buddy. Gonna have to get some new stools, one with a bigger back support. goes up my back a little bit further. But Peter Wright, comfortable here. Luke Woodhouse, unfortunately, is a bit the same as yesterday. Not really at the races as Peter Wright takes the opener. I'm not really under any pressure whatsoever. Not sure these are the right darts for Peter Wright, but he seems to be sticking with them at the moment. Interesting that Peter's just give it a shh to the crowd there. Not in a nasty way, but they might. Obviously, you guys have got sound on. Do you think Snakebite will win a Euro Tour this year? And if you're asking me right now, no. But look, he can obviously improve as the year goes on. But just on the form that we've seen at the moment, I find it hard to say he would win one. I just think consistency is Peter's key. There's still good games in there, but it's doing it again and again and again is the thing. That's the bit he struggled with. How are we doing? Higgy, hope you are good. Woodhouse has missed the ball and he's given Wright an opportunity here. Should get a dart at tops. Will get a dart at tops. Misses tops. Mace doing comms for this game. Nice look, Mace is up there with the very best in the world. And Luke Woodhouse does level this contest 1-1. Billy Joe, yeah, he's never boxing again. He's looking huge, considering he used to fight at this weight. Was it 11 stone 5? He ain't never getting to that again. Whew. But I must admit, it is shitehousery that Connor's asked him to do the raps. It's hilarious. Peter Wright, again, only averaging 89 at the moment. That is not the form that is going to win you titles. Remember, when Peter was his very, very best, the averages were always in and around that ton and higher. The ton was the low mark. But he's dropped. That level isn't there anymore. Anthony, good to have you in, my friend. How is Texas this weekend? Again, anyone that... Oh, that's interesting. That looks like Red Dragon have bought their own version of the L-style setup out. An actual proper stem. Anyone that hasn't checked it out, go, no, obviously not now, after we finished, of course. No, but go and check out Shooting the Ball over on the CDC YouTube channel. Very good this week. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed having Mr. Spellman on there as always, and it was a really, really good show. So go and check that out from the CDC boys. Smashing it up as always. Peter Wright looking just to go back in front here, and again this game is all a little bit scrappy from Woodhouse as well. That I remember going back only six weeks or so, that when he beat Gary Anderson, it was a pleasure to watch. But right now he is struggling. But also Peter Wright, 5-5, gets him out of jail. Last dart in hand. Snaky does lead 2-1. Bob, that has been known. Yes, sometimes he packs God knows how many. To be fair, Barney's doing the same at the moment as well, and sometimes the players are searching for something that isn't there and doesn't exist. I get there could be a perfect dart for you, but changing little bits and so on, but sometimes you're searching for something that just isn't there. Remember, there's so much that can go on that as soon as that dart leaves your fingers, it's out of your control, and that second or two from leaving your fingers to hitting the board, there's so much that can happen in between there that you have no control over. But Peter fires in the first maximum of this contest. What's your favourite dart player? Look, back in the day, my two favourite players were actually, now I'm privileged that I can call them friends and colleagues, were Mace and Nico. I used to love that. Nico, just like what he tried to do with that character was incredible. Mace still involved in one of the best ever games I've watched. That incredible contest against Martin Adams. Brilliant finish from Luke Woodhouse. He pins the 114 with Peter Wright set on tops. But now look, they're all great lads. Look, Michael or Gary probably, but Asp, Dobes, Littler, Luke, they're all superb. Right, just doing enough on his own throw at the moment. I can't remember the last time I played average. Look, when I was playing a lot and I was playing Super League and so on, I was running around a 75 average. But that was a long time ago. An interesting selection that PDC have chosen to kick off their PDC Classic Series, including Mace. Yeah, 100%. Look, Mace's career is massively underappreciated. He is playing better than he did against Rafferty, agreed. That was a bit of a stinker, wasn't it? But Peter Wright back in front. Can Woodhouse find that all-important break of throw? Moment, it's just a little bit comfortable for Peter on his own darts. I played for the first time in 3 years. I average around 70-75 most of the time. That's good, mate. That's 100%. That's better. It's good darts. Nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah, if you forget the elite level, when you're playing at that kind of level, if you're averaging 60, every time you go to the board, you're scoring 20, which is straight. So that's kind of the benchmark. If you average for a beginner or someone that's going up through the ranks, if you're averaging 60, you're throwing straight darts. Every time you go to the board, you're throwing 3 straight, and then you build on it from there. Peter Wright, for the first time, is asking a question here. Last time he did this, Woodhouse found 114. This time he can't. So Peter Wright has the chance to put daylight between himself and Woodhouse with 2 at tops. And he's found it. Peter Wright 4-2 now. Woodhouse now has it all to do. I'll have a chuck in here every now and then, but not properly, no. I'm not around enough to play. Peter Wright is now in complete control. Double 18. think he probably is playing better without the Premier League. And look, the Premier League can be a lonely place. When you're not winning, it's lonely. And look, Peter's no spring chicken anymore. That travelling takes it out of you. But Luke Woodhouse still fighting here. Not giving up. Now this would hurt if this goes. Doesn't hit. He's both Luke. No, both Lukes are having the weekend off from the Euro Tour. But Woodhouse is just going through some difficult times at the moment in terms of what he expects from himself and his level, and again he's made an absolute mess. Peter Wright, he's missed the big numbers. What's going on? And he's a Mr. Bull as well. Yeah, they both are. Why wouldn't you? Look, Graz is an absolute pain in the arse to get to. So go and earn some coin in the UK. Peter Wright will be fuming that he's missed a couple of match starts. Woodhouse prolongs this one. Woodhouse is just threatening to make this interesting here. No, the double percentages. Woodhouse is 3 from 14. Peter's better. Peter's 35%. He's 3 from 14. This would make it interesting. He's missed the ball, so Peter Wright is going to get a chance at the 120. Woodhouse is just missing big numbers now. He's turning into a disaster. And Peter Wright, another 2 match starts incoming, and this time he only needs the one. Peter Wright ends the misery for Luke Woodhouse. 6-3 win for Snakebite. So Peter Wright goes through. Luke Woodhouse, you can see, he is seething with himself. Not happy at all. Peter Wright's not too happy either. As in, they're just annoyed, they're frustrated with their own performances. Peter Wright goes through, but work to do for him. Coming up next, it is the number 1 seed. It is the Ferret, Johnny Clayton, but Jermaine Wattimena has the darts. Remember, Wattimena has been playing well. So, chat room. Again, Peter just not. You can see it in his own body language, his own demeanour. There, he's disappointed with his performance at the moment. Nine of the top 32 players skip the Euro Tour this weekend. Yeah, Bob, mainly because it is an absolute nightmare to get to, Graz. So a lot of them have just gone, sod this, basically. Crowd cheering Peter Wright. He says he has a headache and it's affecting him when the crowd make a noise. Right, okay, cheers, Bob. I say he didn't. Obviously, I haven't got the sound on, but he didn't look himself. But that explains it. Jermaine Wattimena is starting well, but like Ross Smith in Munich. Yeah, 100%. Look, and again, that comes down. Look, today's not too bad because you're just prepping for one game. Look, I'm not a small lad, but I'm trying to do something about that as well. I've shifted a bit of timber, but especially at this level, you need to be fit. Fitness is a huge, huge thing. Because tomorrow, it's a long day. You've got 4 big games. Potentially, if you're on first, you're on at 12, and then you might be playing the final at 9:30 till 10. It's a long day. So 100% that fitness is a thing. And just looking at the numbers, Luke Woodhouse only a front 9 average of 95, and that's not going to cut it. The Ferret has won this event plenty of times. He has. The Ferret knows how to ferret. But 2 games in, 6 more to go. It seems weird just looking at it. There's no Littler, Anderson, MVG, Humphreys, Price. It's just weird looking at it and they're not here. So, Wattimena is on the stage. Now it's going to be go, Johnny, go for the Ferret from Pontibern. Wattimena loving the crowd. Oh, has he got some Dirk kind of music by the look of that? No one wants that. And here he is. It's time to meet the ferret. It's go, Johnny, go, Clayton. So come on then, chat room, score predictions, what are you saying? Clayton against Wattimena. Big chance for Johnny, the same as it is everyone else. With some of those big hitters not there, it's a chance to gain some precious ranking points. Mr. Bevins on stage, the Kirkulator. Right, let's get this show on the road. Wattimena has kicked off strong. Johnny knows he's going to have to be at his best here. Well, a couple of, all three of you all going 6-4 to the ferret. It's going to be tough game this. Oh, Johnny. Counting is everything. But Wattimena in control of leg one on his own throw. Leaves 36 after 12. And pins it. Very good start. Wattimena looks in the groove for this. Maximum for the ferret. It looks like Johnny throwing with some new points. Perhaps. They look a bit different to me. Let's get a zoom. Yeah, it's a 180 next, so we should get a zoom in on them there. No, just they look like the Gary Anderson point. But Clayton, comfortable on his own darts here, should get one at tops and does. Is it hit and point left? No, but he will return. Wattimena not on a finish. Johnny Clayton needs just to stick with Wattimena here. On his darts, he'll just think, just stay with him, and at some point, he'll give me an opportunity. But again, 85, not gonna cut it. This is the thing that both of them so far have been comfortable on their own darts. Neither player making an indent against the throw, and that will suit Wattimena. Less drama, the better. And it is 2-1 to Jermaine. Who do you think will win this Pro Tour field? I said, someone asked me this afternoon, and I said I fancy Josh Rock, so I'm not going to change my mind. But Dirk's playing very well as well. Would I be surprised to see Dirk win? No. But it's a big day tomorrow. It's the Euro Tour final days are tough, as we said earlier. It's about making sure that you are ready to attack that day. And that 55 could be a mistake from Johnny. But Wattimena doesn't punish. He's got away with one there, the ferret. Johnny. Why are you going 20s on 265? Because now you haven't left to finish, and you're inviting pressure from Wattimena. Board management is crucial here, and that's twice in the first 4 legs. The ferret has not gone the way he should do to set shots up. It's not even about leaving a double that you like. And look, he's polished off the 80 brilliantly, but it's giving yourself percentage shots to leave a finish, and he's not doing that well enough. He did it on 303 and he did it on 265. Jamie, that could be the case, 100%. But again, if that's the case, just look what you've got. It's just like so frustrating that those moments. Look, we've seen Johnny, and he is still capable of winning huge titles. But it's against, if you're playing a Littler or a Humphreys in a final, it's those little things that could cost you the chance to win it. Excuse me, let's get me some H2O. Clayton needs a 140 minimum to ask some questions of Wattimena. Needs another treble. Ton's not enough there. Because now the 136 is more difficult if Wattimena misses. He hasn't missed. He's taken out the 102. Not really, no. Right now, Wattimena is the better player. Johnny making too many unforced errors at the moment. The number 1 seed for me is in danger. He's spraying too many darts around, and for the first time, Wattimena has the Clayton throw under all kinds of pressure. down to a finish. Johnny is in trouble. The pressure is rising. Wattimena is doing what he wants here. I feel my mum loves Wattimena affairs. Look, Johnny is now relying on Wattimena missing. Oh, Johnny, is that a lifeline? This 68 has to go, but he's only going to get one dart. And that dart is at double 16. And he's missed. Break of throw incoming here. Wattimena leads by 2, and he now has the darts. Johnny Clayton is in a world of trouble. What's the? I think the Asp wins. Johnny Clayton has just not been consistent enough here. Jermaine is averaging over a ton at the moment, and Clayton's race looks run. How come no Gezi or MVG? They just didn't want to play. But getting to this venue is not easy. So basically the big boys have just gone, nah, I'm skipping this one. I expect to see them all back in Sindelfingen next week. It's easy to get to. No, look, he shouldn't. Look, he needs time to implement his style, his techniques. Taking over mid-season is always tough. Johnny Clayton, again, piles in a maximum to leave double 2. Look, he's just trying to find something here. But he ends up in the madhouse, but pins it. Leg back for Johnny Clayton, but he's still an awful long way away. Top 3 worst counter-stroke ball management of all time. Jose de Souza is 100% in there. And there's a few. Look, don't get me wrong. He is 1 or 2 in the greatest list of all time, however you have him. But Phil's counting was never good. He used to leave 162 all the time, but he had the power to get out of it. Yeah, Leonard is right up there as well. Is this a skin saver for the ferret? No is the answer. So Wattimena, 64, double 16. The number 1 seed is out, beaten by Jermaine Wattimena. And to be fair, Johnny was never really in this contest. He was always hanging on to the coattails of Jermaine. Yeah, I agree because it had to. Devon Peterson. Don't think Devon's is that bad. At the moment, Johnny Clayton is not going to Dortmund either. He has work to do. Nathan Aspinall against Kevin Doets coming next. But Doets has won the ball as well. Yeah, Gary has his moments, but his is more clustered moments where the others are more all the time. Sometimes Gary's is fine. So, what are we saying, chat room, or who are you saying? Doets or Aspinall? There will be a new green jacket winner this year, indeed. So, six four Asp, interesting. Do they keep the jacket? I think so. How bad? No, it's fine now. That he had a slight dislocation. It got popped back in, and yeah, he's fine. So about 5 seconds till we get pictures back. Kevin Doets against Nathan Aspinall. So Wattimena is going to be a threat. But Johnny Clayton will be disappointed. The number 1 seed departs, and what's this, ET5? Is it ET5 or what? But he has work to do. Just too many troublous visits in there. So here we go, game number 4. The number 4 seed, Nathan Aspinall. The Asp always never tells the public about any injuries straight away. Yeah, no, look, we knew in Rotterdam there was an issue, but again, we were told in confidence, so we don't break that. So, Doets is on the stage. Let's get ready for a bit of Mr. Brightside coming next. Here we go. Aspinall just signing a few autographs as he does. They are loving a bit of Mr. Brightside in Graz. Will Nathan change his walk-on song soon? No, I think that Nathan's now at that point as well where he probably wouldn't be allowed to change his walk-on song because it is so synonymous with him. Like the Euro Tour's a bit different, but remember the majors, ultimately, ultimately, the broadcaster gets final say. So I don't think he'd be allowed to change that walk-on song now, because it is, like I say, so synonymous with him. Like, could you imagine Nathan Aspinall walking on to anything else? It just wouldn't work, would it? Yeah, someone was asking about, obviously, next week I expect all the big guns to be back in action next week.
helped her, supported her publicly. And I know
Like that from Ian Wright, doesn't accept any of Luco's apology. Doets in control of leg 1 here. Misses 3 darts at double 18, but Aspinall, this is a big ask, and the 140 is not going to go. Doets is making a mess of this. Aspinall, is he going to make him pay? Oh, what a disaster of a first dart from the Asp. I was about to say, is he going to make him pay? And then he's not going to get a double from the 80. An absolute mess. And Kevin Doets eventually wins the leg. It's a bit of a weird first leg, bit of a settler for both. But now Aspinall has woken up. Starts leg 2, 140, 180. This is better from the Asp. Leaves 47 after 9. Explosive stuff. If he carries this on, Kevin Doets will not be able to live with him. For double 16 is the expected route. There's the 15. And he hits. Mark says, what site are you using to keep up to date, PB? I use Sport Radar. But if you want something similar to this, there's a live score page on PDC TV, which looks almost identical. If you go to the PDC website, go live scores, it's very similar to this. No problems, Mark. No problems at all, my friend. Again, Doets playing well on his own throw here. Remember, he does have the darts. There's Kerwin Price. He is somewhere a little bit warmer than Gratz. One, 2, 9 for Doets. Needs to find a treble. Can't find one, so Aspinall is going to get a look at this 1, 2, 7. The Hinks. Treble 19 leaves the ball. Doesn't go. But Doets has messed his lines up. Aspinall to break. Big moment here in leg 3. And Aspinall can't grasp it. Doets for a rescue job. Doets does hit. Do you think some of Aspinall switching back? Yeah, look, I think it's got something to do with it. Yeah, look, he's gone back to something that he knows and he feels comfortable with. So yeah, look, I think it does play a part. Aspinall needs to make sure here. Doets is just asking a few questions and no treble. Could be interesting. Doets is sat on 80. All of a sudden, this game is taking a twist. In the space of a couple of minutes, Aspinall missed 2 darts to break and go 2-1 up. Now he's facing the deficit of 3-1 because Doets is going to get a tart at tops. And he hits 3-1 to Kevin Doets. He has turned this one completely around. Aspinall missed his opportunity. Doets has not passed his up. Aspinall just not firing. That scoring power that we associate with Aspinall isn't there. You see him, he's shaking his head, he's not happy. Better from Aspinall. He's threatening a break back here, but remember, because of the ball situation, he's 2 breaks down. It's alright doing it once, can he do it twice? Double 18 for Aspinall. Doubling disaster. Kevin Doets. Can he take out 115 for 4-1? He's going to get a dart too. That dart is at tops and it's 4-1. Doets has punished the mistake. Aspinall 1 from 6, 16%. On the outer ring, that is doing the damage. And right now, Nathan Aspinall is bang up against it here. He's 2 breaks of throw down. He is in a world of trouble. But we know when Aspinall is in trouble, he comes out swinging, he comes out fighting. Aspinall, he'll want to leave something handy. That the treble 20 gets him to 52. If this goes, then the writing's on the wall. 161 will not go from Doets. No, Doets, there it is for that one. But I tell you what he has done. He's piled the pressure on because he's left double 12. And they said to Nathan, is your doubling disaster going to carry on? And it has. He is now 1 from 8 on the outer ring. But Doets has not accepted the gift. It was gift wrapped for him and he's not taken it. Lifeline for the Asp. The doubling has to improve. Finally hits. Finally. He's 2 from 10. Peter's already played Daz. He won. It wasn't convincing. It wasn't a great game between him and Luke Woodhouse, but he has won. But the form he showed today, he's got little chance of winning the title unless he improves dramatically. This will be frustrating, Aspinall, because he's been playing well and he's had chances here. This is all of his own doing at the moment because the doubles have been an absolute mess. No, it's not the they're partly so. What Stephen Bunting was referring to was after last week, Luke said on his Instagram that he was fed up of going to Germany. He wouldn't play in Germany again until Dortmund for the European Championships. Now, I think he's forgotten that the World Cup is in Germany. But if he chooses not to, then Stephen Bunting would replace Luke Littler in the World Cup because he's the next highest ranked Englishman. So, but my gut instinct is that Luke forgot the World Cup was in Germany and I fully expect him to play. Doets. Aspinall's missed again. And Doets has punished Aspinall 15% on the outer ring. He is having an absolute mare. Aspinall has his feet on the trapdoor. Is the executioner about to pull the lever? Yeah, look, 100% Patrick, the doubling has been a nightmare. Oh, Doets. Mate, he's only going to get a dart of the ball. Aspinall breathes again unless he hits, and Doets does. He bangs the bullseye. Kevin Doets has beaten Nathan Aspinall. That is an absolute nightmare for Nathan Aspinall. Chris Dobey against Ricardo Pietreczko coming next. Dobey has the darts. Yeah, look, I agree, Marcus. It's not gonna be a good feeling. So, Dobey against Pietreczko coming next. What are you saying, chat room? Score predictions. Yeah, I said Josh Rock beforehand, so I'm not gonna divert from that. So, what are we saying, chat room? Pietreczko or Dobey? Yeah, 100%, Daniel. It's a chance for them all. I think Pietreczko could win it. I think it'll be close either way. So, I only come on for a few. Like that, Mark. Like that a lot, buddy. Pictures are back. So, Aspinall's scoring average was okay. It's the 2 from 13, 15%. It's turned into an absolute disaster for him. Mr. Brzezinski getting the players ready. So let's do this. Here comes Pikachu. Oh, they were Aspinall's doubles were like mine. Is Hollywood allowed his other song? What's that? What's Hollywood done there? Yeah, I've got no idea what that song is. Yeah, some not Dobey's finest moment, that one. Nil point for Eurovision, I like that. I can get behind that. Yeah, I've got the boxing on as well. I've got it on my laptop. But Hollywood We'd love a max here. 140. Look, depends on Pietreczko here. Yeah, Pietreczko's then slipped. He started off the leg well, but good evening, Andrew. Good evening, Mars. Hope you are good. Saw your post on Facebook about the boxing. I've got. I wouldn't say it was good, but I've got one. To be fair, I genuinely normally I don't. Normally I'll buy the boxing, but obviously I'm not at home. I'm in the office. How are we doing, Tom's Life? I am good, mate. Thank you. Hope you are good. Fabulous setup play from Chris Dobey to leave double 16. Aspinall lost. He had an absolute doubling disaster. 15% on the outer ring. Scored okay, but couldn't buy a double, and ultimately he's paid the price for it. Dobey has got the Pietreczko throw under some pressure here as well. It looks like the real Chris Dobey has turned up so far. Just to the naked eye, there looks to be a little bit more pace in the Chris Dobey throw tonight. Maybe over the last few weeks he's tried to be a little bit too deliberate, but then there seems to be a good amount of pace in the throw tonight, which is good. Only about 10 minutes mark, which is ideal. Doesn't take the double 16, but he will return to have more darts to break the Pietreczko throw here. Chris Dobey is bossing this one early doors. Will not want to give the German any room to manoeuvre here. And that's been the Dobey Achilles heel of late. The scoring has been there, but he's now missed 4 to break. Oh, Pietreczko couldn't, could he? He couldn't, could he? Oh, he can! Ricardo Pietreczko produces a blockbuster to punish the 4 missed darts from Hollywood. Where has he pulled that from? No, we've still got a few more, Tom. So, after this, we have got Stephen Bunting against Matt Campbell, Martin Schindler against Matty Dennant, and Dave Chisnall against Ian White still to come today. Packed session on the European Tour. Chris Dobey will be livid. He should be 2-0 up. He should have broken, but he hasn't. And he pays the price because Ricardo Pietreczko finds a magical finish. The 146. That is stunning from Pietreczko. Again, Dobey bossing the scoring phase of this contest. Look, right now, Pietreczko cannot live with Dobey in the scoring phase. It took a magical three-figure finish from nowhere to get that leg that he has. Dobey will think that this is there for the taking. Chris, he should be 2-0 up, but he was wasteful. 2-1 up now, should be 3-0. I've seen snooker fans are having a go at Eddie Hearn for saying he would have taken the snooker away from the Crucible 5 years ago. Look, from a business point of view, he's not wrong. Look, the Crucible holds what, 800 people? I understand that it's historic and so on, but if you can fill somewhere with more, then why wouldn't you? And plus, let's be fair, like, I understand it's the World Championships, but these snooker fans don't go and watch the Welsh Open, do they? They don't go and think it's the half-empty venues and so on. Look, I get the Crucible experience and all that, but brilliant from Dobey. Is he adding a ton topper to the resume of his own? He is. The 1-2-4 goes for Hollywood. To be fair, I wouldn't even go to... I'm a casual, but I wouldn't even go to the Crucible. I couldn't sit there and watch it live. Ugh. Dobey is going through the gears here. Like I said, there's more pace to the throw. He's not trying to be as deliberate, which is good. He's just being instinctive, playing his normal game, not overthinking it. This is better from Hollywood. It's just a natural rhythm tonight. It doesn't look like he's trying to be deliberate. It's just pull him back and let him go. Leaves tops. He is on fire right now, Hollywood. Yeah, possibly, Chris. Tops for 4-1. Doesn't go, but he will return. And as I say, it's I don't dislike that miss. If you're gonna going to miss when your opponent's not on a finish. Make sure you're on the outside, because you don't want them coming back chasing around the board for double 5 and so on. Now just go at it, double 10 for 4-1 Hollywood. That's it, that's better. 4-1, Dobey leads, and Pietreczko is bang up against it. It would be funny to see Gezi box Jake Paul. I'd watch that. Right now, just the scoring phase of this game. Pietreczko is not getting near Hollywood. Bar that incredible 1-4-6 finish, it has been very, very lacklustre from Pietreczko. It's another maximum for Dobey, second of the contest to leave the ball. I'd love him to go for the ball here. Just plop one right in the middle. He won't. He'll go 18 for double 16. I want Conor Ben to absolutely obliterate Eubank. And there it is, 5-1. I still can't believe 100% Gezi injured his hand training for a boxing match a couple of years ago. When he, I think we all know how the injury occurred, but probably just trying to save face a little bit. To be fair, Ben Shalom as well and Chris Eubank were absolute bellends yesterday. Right, they were going, oh, he's only missed weight by half an ounce. He still missed weight, you idiots. Doesn't matter if it was by half an ounce, a fucking peanut or 4 stone, he missed weight. Do you think they're going to be cheering him? I'm not sure. But, Chris, that drugs cheat was cleared by an independent panel, whether you like it or not. Look, do I think he did it? Yes, but he was still cleared. No charges. Senior's there. Interesting. I'm just seeing the pictures now. Eubank's arrived. Oh, let's be fair, we all knew Senior was going to turn up. We all knew it was going to happen. So in fact, Dan Dawson's also just tweeted, 5 people have been ejected for whistling tonight. That's good to hear, as Dobey wraps up victory. Bunting against Matt Campbell coming next. And Campbell has won the ball. What for senior being there? Nice. Fabulous performance from Chris Dobey. My mate is in the stadium, just text me. Never heard a cheer like it in his life when they said Eubank Fairs. No, I don't think it changes the dynamic because, by the way, I don't think either of them are technically good, but I don't think Eubank Junior is technically good enough. I'm not sure if they played a blinder, Brad. Like, I think most people, expected it. I had a couple of interviews yesterday with pundits and so on, and they all said they expected Senior to be there. So I don't think it's a surprise. I'm not sure, to be fair. Yeah, I think most people. It was a cool way to do it. I fully agree, but I don't think. I don't think it's a surprise for me. Are you a fan of MDH? Not really. To be fair, I just don't look. Liam Smith is not a big puncher, and he stopped Eubank. If Ben can get close enough, then he will hurt Eubank. To be fair, I was at the Joshua Dubois fight, Brad, and Turkey got booed then. Yeah, but Liam Smith wasn't fit for that fight. He was basically, boxer forced him to fight Chris. There's a really good interview where Liam Smith tells it all. That he wasn't fit, but was forced to fight by boxer, hence why they split afterwards. By the way, I don't think Conor's a great fighter either. He's exciting to watch, but I don't think neither of those fighters will win a world title, in my opinion. Every time Eubank has stepped up to world level, he's been absolutely destroyed. George Groves boxed his head off with one arm. This whole Eubank wants to fight Canelo after this. I would love to see that because Canelo would eat him for breakfast. My favourite boxer ever? Oh, good question. Look, but by the way, I'm just going off my era here because your Muhammad Ali's, your Sugar Ray Leonards and all that were before my time. Yes, I've seen clips and things, but I've never watched them. Probably Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward are two of my favourites. And Cal Brook, in its peak, was an incredible welterweight. Will Fury ever fight Joshua? Yes, because the money will be too big to turn down. Oh yeah, the money side of it is from fighting Canelo is ridiculous. But Canelo would absolutely destroy Eubank. Look, Billy Joe was genuinely a world-class super middleweight. He pissed all over Eubank. And Canelo dismantled Billy Joe. Mike Tyson, of course. Yeah, again, vintage Mike Tyson was a little bit before me. Again, Prince Nazim as well was incredible. Watch the fight back, Chris. I thought Billy Joe absolutely bossed it. For me, it wasn't even close. I thought Billy Joe absolutely rinsed him. Yeah, but saying that, Chris, go back. I can't remember who he fought, but Ryan Burnett had a split decision in Belfast. And it was the easiest fight to score you've ever seen. Johnny Mack was actually the ring announcer for it. Ryan Burnett won every round of every fight, and one of the judges gave it a split decision. So, boxing scorecards don't mean anything. Dylan, look, they all knew Senior was going to be there tonight. It's not a surprise at all when they were doing media and that yesterday, that they were all predicting Senior would be there tonight. And look at some of the scorecards we've had recently. You just don't trust judges' scorecards. No, I've not put a bet on it. I think it's a too close. Look, Eubank is favourite. That the size will tell in the end. If Connor's going to win it, he has to win it early. Yeah, and that goes back to the scorecards thing, Chris. It's fucking ridiculous. I just don't trust scorecards. But both players are on stage. We are getting ready for the bullet. Stephen Bunting against the Ginger Ninja Matt Campbell. Yeah, I think if it goes past 6, then Connor's in trouble because size will take over. But if he can get to Eubank early and get in early, then he could stop him. But if it goes past 6, I think Eubank wins. To be fair, again, Liam Smith's been in too many wars. There's too many miles on the clock. Yeah, I think so. That he said as well, didn't he, that if he couldn't get past Liam McKenna, then he was done. Bunting has broken in the opener. Big moments. Matt Campbell needs to up this scoring level here. Nowhere at the moment, not getting near Bunting. Matt Campbell needs to find something here. At the moment, he's being outscored to some tune. Bunting's averaging 122 right now. But it's a steal from Campbell. he dug in there and he's broken back. Bunting misses a huge opportunity. Again, I know we keep saying it, but we want the Matt Campbell A game to turn up consistently, because when it's there, it is a thing of beauty. All of a sudden, Matt Campbell has turned this game on its head. He's no favourite to win this leg. Is he going to go fishing? No, he is not. But he leaves tops. Now, can he hit? Does not want to give Bunting an opportunity at this 101, and he may well do, but he finds double 10 last start in hand. Matt Campbell's been very unlucky this year. Yeah, look, he just needs to find a little bit more. The ability is never in question for Campbell. We know it's there. Probably, yeah. Evening, Phil Campbell was one of the most recent North American on. Matt Campbell, the most recent North American player in the. Yeah. I don't think we'll ever see scorecards replaced by AR. Well, I hope not, Paul. Bunting is giving Campbell a shot. At this 137, it's not going to go. Level at 2-2, but a maximum from Campbell. And again, we were talking about Matt Campbell surviving, keeping his tour card and so on. This would be a huge result for him. This is good from Campbell. He's averaging a ton. Stephen Bunting's averaging 110. But because Campbell has the darts and Campbell is doing all his good work on his own throw, But that is a setup and a half from Bunting. That might cause the mistake. And Campbell's not going to get a go. The setup play from Bunting was exquisite. The old double-double. And he finds double 14. Bunting breaks again. The setup from 1-4-1 was stunning. Josh Rock played really well earlier. Really well indeed. But Matt Campbell just asking questions of the Bunting throw here. Needs to start downstairs. 7-19s. Have 9 of them. That's fabulous from Campbell. This is the best I've seen Matt Campbell play in a long time. The 180, the dead cat, he hits it, get the crowd on their feet, but Matt Campbell was having none of it. He breaks back. See, look, this is the Matt Campbell we want more of. This is the Matt Campbell we want to see all the time. This is a fabulous player. But this is good. Campbell leaves the big fish again. Yeah, it is. Like, he literally runs around the stage, runs down the walk-on. This is good from both players. This is a proper game. Matt Campbell needs a treble. Doesn't find one. That just leaves it awkward. Always on the Humphreys, and it goes. It's raining finishes right now. This is a fabulous game of darts. Don't clap Matt, that's his job. Have I just seen they're not letting Billy Joe into the changing room? Matt Campbell needs to hit big here and hope. I didn't think you had to have a licence to watch the hand wraps. It was just a member of the team as Campbell levels once again. Another maximum from Bunting. Bunting needs a treble. Can't find one, so just leaves Campbell back in this potentially. Not a fan of either, to be fair. We couldn't. Oh, he's missed the ball for a 164 now. What a... This is not disappointed. And Campbell's missed two of his own. Campbell leads. This has been a brilliant rear guard display. Campbell, this would be a huge result. That is a fabulous game and a fabulous result for Matt Campbell. A huge, huge result. We'll let things catch up, but the implications of that result could be huge for Campbell. Is he qualified for next week's Euro Tour as well? That is an unbelievable game of darts. So, in terms of race for the European Championships, that bumps Matt Campbell up superbly. In terms of the tour card race, again, that bumps him up now above Dom Taylor. And going into today, he wasn't in a World Championship spot at the start of this tournament. He is now. Matt Campbell is doing himself the world of good in everything. The wall to deliver the bagel. Look, you never know with Schindler, do you? That he does throw in some questionable ones every now and then. Excuse me. Tell you what, just look at the numbers from Campbell and Bunting. Front nine averages of 113 and 112. That is stunning. But here we go. Dennant walking on. Go on then, score predictions, everyone. What are you saying? Here comes Shindiggity Martin Schindler. Schindler is on the stage. So we are ready to rock and roll. Schindler's loving life. Go on the wall. Again, Matty Dennant's just such a wonderful chap, isn't he? Just there, nice and respectfully. Yeah, I think he should be seeded as well. But Schindler has the darts. Yeah, look, he would have been the old-fashioned higher seed when it was before the change. The Pro Tour Order of Merit were the higher seeds, so they'd come in on the Saturday and the top 16 in the world would come in on the Friday, but that was causing issues. So it's been swapped around. The top 16 in the world are now the higher seeds, and the Pro Tour Order of Merit seeds have to play on the Friday. But a good start for Schindler. Matty Dennant not quite at the races yet. And Schindler has given Matty Dennant an outside chance here. Needs a treble, can't find one. That was a glimmer of a chance after Schindler had missed all those darts at double, but he pins double two. Just like something I like about Matty Dennant's game. I think it's just a bit of self-belief he misses. Just a little bit of belief in himself. That's a big, big treble 19 to get him down to a finish. Schindler looking at 19s here to leave the big fish. Went back upstairs, would have still left a finish, but now Matty Dennant has 6 darts at the 148. But there's going to be pressure. There's a lot of pressure. The 180 to leave 27. He wasn't worried about leaving an out. Just wanted to get the crowd on their feet, but it doesn't matter because the Scholar under pressure pins. That's good from Dennant. 1-all. I like this. But Shindy on his own throw pins and Max Anthony. Absolutely fabulous result for Matt. He's now in a world. I know we've got loads to go, but he's now in a world spot. He's in a spot for the European Championships. Guessing as well. Minehead. Let's have him. Players Championship race. How's he looking for that? Where is Mr. Campbell? He's still outside on Minehead, but work to do there. But overall, yeah, I just had a look. But overall, it's turning into a good season for Matt Campbell all of a sudden. No dramas for Schindler. So far, 3 decent holds of throws for all players here. Did you ask Matt about if everyone will be in the last 1-2 out of the world? I can't. I did ask him about that. The interview comes out Monday. But, yeah. Matty Dennant throw is similar to a young Jockey Wilson. Yeah, I can see that. Big dart, and he's hit, and I don't like that way on 25, but Schindler has navigated it because I get going 5 if you like double 10, but then if you come inside double 10, that 5 could be a blocker, but it is a break of throw for Schindler. Mate, Dennant is going to have to respond, and respond soon. I tell you what, that... Oh no, to be fair, they showed a thing. The dart at 5, it was to one side. I don't know whether he's meant to do it that, but it left room to go past. It wasn't dead central, blocking that arc. But Schindler down to a finish again. What has Matty Dennant got? Needs treble 18 for the ball. This may have to go. Bullseye. Always missed a dart. Now you would expect Schindler to go 5 double 10 as he did a minute ago. This time he doesn't come inside. And he hits 4-1 to Shindy. Yeah, I agreed, Marcus. And look, all these changes are we obviously know are there, but we don't know. We won't know how they'll impact for a couple of years. But Matty Dennant, again, he's not playing badly here. He'd love to fill this up, Dennant. It's his first maximum of this contest, and it's going to give him a chance. That's good from Dennant. Just remind Schindler, you're not running away with this. Dennant just sticking with him here. It is 5-2. That is an incredible 1, 2, 3. Dennant now has to win 4 on the spin. Look, he's playing well, Matty, here, but Shindy is a wily old fox, isn't he? He's experienced here. Needs another treble to leave the fish. Doesn't find it, so Dennant has time on his side. Now, can Matty Dennant find a spurt from somewhere, something genius? There's a glimmer of a chance here. This has to be big though, and it's going to be. What a time for a bounce out. Not what the doctor ordered. Cullen Tricard. It's up there, isn't it? And then the bounce out from Dennant. Cruel. Because then Shindy fires in a maximum. And that could be all she wrote. The wall averages 99 in a fabulous performance. Mate, Dennant's averaged 96, done very, very little wrong. Oh, Bob, look, no one this side is disagreeing. Do I think it will ever happen? No. But Matty Dennant can leave Gratz with his head held high. He's played some fabulous stuff. But one game to go. The Chizzy Rascal, Dave Chisnall, against Ian White. Schindler's down in glasses of water now. He's hardcore, isn't he? So, one game to go. What are we all saying? we going to get a diamond dab? Or is it going to be the Chizzy or Aspinall? Chizzy. That's brave, Chris. When was the last time Chizzy averaged over 100 in something like as in? He might have done it recently, but he's been so poor. Yeah, cheers, Chris. It would be super if you could drop us a like and subscribe. We need another 56 of you to subscribe by the end of the weekend to get us to that 43k mark this weekend. That would be lovely. Schindler was loving life there. So, 3 minutes. And then, showtime. Depending on the action. Yeah, look, I just don't think that Chizzy will ever get to those heights again. About a minute and 30 seconds to the final game. He is, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready. The players are ready. And it's tungsten time. That would be nice, Marcus, I've got to say. Here comes Ian White on the way. So 1 game to go. I think Ian White might win this one. I've got a sneaky feeling. Ah, there it is. We've got the diamond dab. I've got a sneaky feeling for Ian White. A lot will depend on what version of Chisnall turns up, of course. So here we go. Both players are on the stage. So So we are underway. Let's get this show on the road. So, there's a chance here for Ian White, but needs to punish the mistake. Does just about enough. Definitely a break opportunity. 130 for Ian White. Bullseye. Brilliant from the diamond. And Dave Chisnall well out of sorts in leg one, only averaging 66 for the Chizzy Rascal. Chizzy not found the radar at all so far. The Ian White renaissance continues. This is good. But Chizzy storming back here, finds a max. But the setup play is brilliant from Ian White. Can Chizzy rescue it? The answer is no. Went searching for treble 19, couldn't find it. So Ian White coming back tops for 2-0. Clinical from Ian White. Ian White's been playing some lovely stuff recently. The Ian White Renaissance. So maximum for Ian White. His first gets him back into this leg and gives Chizzy questions to answer. Leaves 86, which is good. He's got time on his side in this one. Ian White. It's a good job, Chizzy. He's still spraying him around, Dave. But yeah, I know the action's never been the most fluent and so on, but At the moment, it's just a struggle for him. He can't miss now because Ian White has applied the pressure and he hits. But it was only a hold of throw. Chizzy, again, good leg, and then just stuttering along. That consistency just isn't there right now. Has a lot of work to do, the Chizzy rascal. Treble 19 or treble 15 for Ian White would be handy here. Not what he would have wanted. So, ton for Ian White. Chisnall on 94. 2 darts at tops for Ian White incoming. He missed one, but not the other. He is still 75% on the outer ring. This is still exceptional from the diamond. 3-1, he's halfway to victory. Ian White would love a treble here. Can't find one. There was a glimmer of an opening, but Chizzy looking to shut that down here. Ian White, look, this isn't the end of the world. This is on the Chisnall throw, but the Ian White average is just dropping by a couple of points here. Will not want to give Chizzy a route back into this contest, and at the moment that's what he's doing. Chizzy in control, leaves the Humphreys. No pressure on this for Ian White. It should comfortably be 2-3 shortly. No pressure whatsoever. This is a right off leg from Ian White here. Chizzy will be glad of it. Can he gain some confidence? That one's clinical. Back to 1. Ian White will not want to repeat of that leg. The scoring power was miles off. White just being asked questions here. Chizzy is forging an opportunity to break back. Those 2 treble visits that Ian White was finding frequently have just disappeared all of a sudden. Chizzy's going to be on a finish. Ian White is under pressure here. His level has dropped. And Chizzy can't get near the champagne shot. So Ian White, look, a ton is tricky in this situation. When you had a couple of off legs and not hitting trebles, like there, right, when I watch the stream, if that's outside the board, it's a mistake, because Chizzy now has the chance to break back and level. Level game. And look, Chizzy's playing okay. It's not amazing, but he's just doing enough. Ian White has dipped. Well, I get why he's gone tops, but it's over pitched so much. The last 3 legs have been an absolute disaster for Ian White. His average has gone from 106 to 93. The wheels are tumbling right now. Chizzy has to make hay while the sun shines here. Ian White's average has dropped by nearly 12 points in the last couple of legs, which is a disaster for him, especially when Chizzy leaves tops for 3 legs on the spin. Ian White needs to recompose himself, and recompose himself quick. That 177 maybe for nothing, is for nothing. Chisnall in front. And now Ian White has to find something. He's looking that way, Paul. He has dropped off considerably. And it's not even a case of Chisnall's played well here. He's played okay. It's not been horrific by any stretch, but he's not had to do anything spectacular to get himself back into this game. Chizzy is now threatening another break here. Ian White, it's a disaster for him. Yeah, Malachi, the wheels have come off. He was 3-1 up and playing lovely. No, it was a 40 dart leg, Chris. It was one of those legs that both of them just kept missing. It was infectious for the wrong reasons. Oh, Ian White, he's left a bogey number now. He has had an absolute shocker. 3-1 up, playing lovely. From that moment, it has not been big or clever. Chisnall is one away from victory. And he has the darts here. It would be 5 on the spin for Chizzy if he wins it. Looks as if the white flag's being waved for Ian White here. But can Ian White find something? He's just asking a few more questions here, but the damage may already be done. But a timely maximum from Chizzy could be about to complete the job. Chisnall 149 will just look to set this up. Doesn't need any heroics. It's okay, it could have been better. But can Ian White put any pressure on this 90 is the question. A ton to leave, 108. Match starts incoming for Chisnall. Match starts missed. Can Ian White salvage the situation? 108 needed. Treble required. Access denied. Chisnall's returning, but does he go straight for this double 15 or does he split it? Is the question. Game over. Dave Chisnall seals victory. A 6-3 win over Ian White. The wheels came off for White in that contest. Right, everyone, we are going to do a quick ending today because everyone wants to go and watch the boxing. Thank you very much for being with us all day. Remember, we'll be back 12 o'clock tomorrow to bring you the quarterfinals, and it is Cup Collection Day on the European Tour. Before we go, if you haven't yet, make sure you drop us a like and subscribe as always. We have been Online Darts. It's been our pleasure to keep you company. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you at 12 tomorrow.